You there, boy. What's today, my fine fellow?
Today? Well, today is...
Hermitcraft Recap.
I haven't missed it.
Welcome to the Hermitcraft Recap. My name is Pixel Riffs, our writers Loy XP. Captions on this video were provided by Liara. Like most of us in the Northern Hemisphere this time of year, the hermits are finding their gardens increasingly pale, and many of them are stepping out into the dark to see what lurks around the trees. Lately, it's more likely to be presents, because Christmas cheer has been brought to the server by the Secret Santa set up by iJevin. We won't spoil who gifts who, mostly because the majority of the folks we've seen draw names have artfully obscured their intended recipient in some way. It's not called Conspicuous Santa, after all.
I've looked around, and I cannot find anything from anybody that would signify what's going on here.
If the usual Christmas movies have won out their welcome, you'll have plenty of entertainment in the courtroom drama unfolding between XP Crafted and Mumbo, which will finally be televised around the time we're writing the script, actually, so expect us to cover them next week. But make sure you watch the episodes in the meantime, because Tall Claims Court never disappoints. So, with those sleigh bells jingling, ring-ting-tingling too, let's take a sleigh ride together through all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week.
I gotta get a screenshot of this, hold on.
Starting with Etho, who jingles precisely one bell, the one between BOO's ears.
Looks like the hammer found a nail. His items flew a mile. What in the world?
He had to celebrate somehow after trial chamber hunting for hours, only to receive 3 heavy cores from the last one he visited. Thus enriched, Etho truly spares no expense building the TCG arena between episodes, even springing for some store-bought Elytra just so he can have the type matchups represented on the board.
If you win the game when you get three points, I set up some fireworks. Aha!
Back at his base, he's been experimenting with forced lighting in the mailbox corner, pouring molten lava into his furnace array, and sets up an auto potion brewer with about as many buttons as a modern juice maker.
There it is. Oh, snappers. That's so cool.
He'll mostly be juicing golden carrots, considering how many he buys at the Half Foods winter sale, but luckily his own profits are rolling in, both from the shady fireworks shop and from the last couple of seasons of Ravager Rush.
I think it makes the most sense for us to put the trophy in our office. Make sure our customers know we are a great shop owner.
But the new hotness sweeping the server is of course Tango Tech's Hungry Hermits game, which somehow isn't a tie-in for Half Foods. Zombie Cleo showcases their set of Hungry runs, including the Doc M special, where they have to carry out the whole service basically on their own since his doctorate turns out to not at all be in food science.
Cleo, what happened?
Did I get that just in time?
You saved it.
Oh,
Did it last? You won the day?
What?
Triple cooked cod day, and they did it.
The cafeteria simulator actually makes iJevin's job harder, as what more could Pearlescent Moon want from her Secret Santa now that she has a new favorite minigame to play with friends?
Totally not me, but if you were to tell a Secret Santa what...
Secret Santa on Hermitcraft?
Yeah, no, I mean... I almost heard that it was like the total opposite hermit of me. Like, you know, definitely not me though.
Right.
Well, Jevin asks her point blank, and then has to spend a few hours grinding through trial chambers. As for Jev himself, all he wants for Christmas is for all these trees to get up and leave.
I'm running. Oh my God. Whew. Okay, so we know where one of the spots is. Let's go downstairs and sleep real fast. Okay, yeah, no, just you stay there, man.
Turns out, while he wasn't looking, someone has hidden a small fortune of creaking hearts below the azalea forest of his base. The monsters themselves are pretty bad, but however many you feel there are, there seems to be even more, but at least all on the same Y level.
Oh my God. I'm guessing 100 or so, maybe more. I am not sure how to handle this, so I'm just going to ignore it.
And he can't even wish on Secret Santa to clean up all this mess, since that's exactly who made it in the first place. Azumavoid pulled Jevin's name out of Jevin's own hat, and turns out, when you have a farm that makes creaking hearts, every garden looks pale.
Should we set up a farm? We can make a farm. We can do this.
Interesting.
Much excited for the newest update, Azuma is quick to drain the resinous hearts from the first grayscale forest he can find, and set up a log-friend resummoning contraption.
I was thinking I could also do this, and now I've accidentally gone and stripped the blocks. Can I? Oh, I can engage free cam as well.
It works a little too well, actually, since the immortal Ents then have nowhere to go, except for everywhere, which is why version 2 is a box of glass first and foremost, and a resin farm second.
Well, there's one other scaffold.
Oh, yeah. get rid of that.
Okay.
There was a reason that wasn't there before.
This perhaps explains why, when Azuma invites XP Crafted to experience the Pale Garden firsthand, there aren't any creaking hearts left in the trees to spawn the nighttime jump scares, and XP has to make do with picking a few flowers and heading back to base.
I got some saplings, so I think we're just gonna I'm gonna chill, wait for some more of this stuff to despawn, and then probably head out.
XP's AFK fishing farm is at least a little more creatively boxed in. He built it inside one of the giant Guardian statues, making it possibly the server's first case of fishception. AFK fish farms may have been controversial back in Season 5, but they sure look very different to how they used to, and even XP is not entirely sure this one's doing what it should be doing right now.
I don't fish in any game. Aha! Yay!
Fortunately, it will at least provide a few extra fish for the half-food store, and now Vintage Beef is back on the server, it seems an ideal time to reintroduce him to profits and the escalating situation with Mumbo Jumbo's iron shop. Beef mostly seems concerned about XP's choice of legal counsel.
Who's the best?
Doc of the M77. Esquire.
What? Hold
Esquire. Can you think of a better lawyer?
I could probably think of about 24, 25 better lawyers.
Perhaps that's why Beef is keen to retreat from the public eye, not from making YouTube videos, you understand, but from his base project being quite so visible to the folks around him. He continues planting custom trees as a natural barrier between his base and Rendog's, but his other project is located just a short hop away from XP's Ocean Monument base, where a stronghold has been discovered but barely tampered with.
Oh, another eye armor trim again. 2 eye armor trims? That's interesting.
Beef sets up a portal with the goal of returning to remodel the labyrinthine structure, renovate the portal room, and at the very least, restore the library.
So whoever explored this stronghold did not find this room.
Joe Hills' first outing to the Albino Alborium is very different, if only because it includes forcing Impulse SV to reinstall the voice chat mod.
The one at modrinth.com.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did it! Yay! Okay.
I got it.
Them and Rendog take a trip to Azuma-infested woods, where the guy happily reveals that it was in fact him who has put the mysterious creaking banner effigies around the shopping district. The grayscale woods do actually remind Joe Hills of the haunted lichen trees he built last season, but to the usual Minecrafter they'll be much more familiar as dark oak trees. So they won't be surprised when a not insignificant amount of Joe's video is spent punching leaves to gather saplings. Alternatively, when actually sapping, the foliage can be interpreted as Doc M tomatoes or Rendog tangerines.
Wait,
Hey, look, Ren.
Yeah?
Orange tree. It's growing oranges.
That's awesome. Oh, that's so good.
Like
This is
gravel.
going to go straight into my biome so nicely.
While Azuma's vandalism of public property remains unanswered, Cubfan135 is quick to respond to iJevin's wallpapering the shops with more anti-regulation flyers. The response primarily amounts to "not on my watch," "not on my horn," and "not on my billboard," though the PO manager actually agrees that the Christmas music blasting from under the speakers works rather well for the seasonal mall vibes.
I gotta say, even though I'm against NoPo, I do say I like this Christmas music. It's quite nice.
For his part in the festive cheer, Cub stocks up the fireworks shop with Christmas-themed rockets, and into this firework he poured his jolliness, his whimsy, and his will to celebrate all holidays. Also, like, a lot of red.
So there we go, guys. The Christmas edition fireworks, as well as the Christmas Spirit edition fireworks, now available for the Christmas holiday season. And
Another occasion worth celebrating this week is Good Times with Scar returning to drop another episode in the Hermitcraft series, although he calls it Hermitcraft Season 10 2.0, which is some Kingdom Hearts type episode numbering, I tell ya.
Overthought myself into a creative block. It was a whole nightmare, but it's good to be back.
The big two here is to signify the proper beginning of the work on Scar's massive megabase for the season. The clown train has finally arrived, and we're getting the zoo that we were promised this whole time. So Etho has delivered the theme song just in time.
I know he thought it was a clown train, but no. This is a perfect vibe for this train.
To start the construction, Scar gates off his territory with a large fence, crowned with an arching gate. You've heard of Elf on a Shelf, now get ready for Bears Behind Bars.
All coming out exactly how I wanted. Just kidding, I originally designed this and it looked like a jail.
BOO knows how to take care of one very particular animal, and it's not the storage monster. He's now moved to the more beautiful surroundings of his custom-built cave. No, it is of course horses, and he montages together a horse stable that both uses some of the newest exciting building blocks and allows his favorite horse to practice its 10-foot vertical leap.
Yikesy! Whoo, he going crazy!
But B-Dubs hasn't forgotten a certain neighbor with a track record of harming horses, and so he drafts some redstone designed to strike down with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to so much as slap his horse on the flanks. And then he invites Smallish Beans over to take a look at the stable. Fortunately for both of them, he's well behaved enough not to get both himself and the build blown sky high in this video, which is good because B-Dubs has an important court case to judge without a ringing in his ears.
Very soon you will be able to see the court case on many other channels. Mumbo and XB primarily.
And finally there's Mumbo, whose factory build kicks into high gear as Surplus Megacorp receives an abundance of attention and detail. Between various redstone lamp storage silos, brick details, chimney stack stains, and the massive metal framed logo, the build comes together in record time. It even, as Mumbo takes pains to point out, has a back. Truly we live in unprecedented times.
I mean, there's still lots of holes in it, but look. Look, the top is a thing.
Some things never change though, and by completely overlooking the need to light up the interior before he puts a solid shell over these resource farms, he gets to add a mob farm to the list for free. Although the real mystery behind all of this is why we keep seeing glimpses of this scientist trying to swap the brains of a villager and a chicken. Maybe he's finally trying to bring back the Chillager. And that's about it for this week's recap. Our writer is LoyXP and my name is Pixel Riffs. Captions on this video were provided by Liara. Happy holidays! Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here and subscribe so you won't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next week.